Good morning, lovely people, or good day or good evening, wherever you are right now. For me, it's morning, so good morning from me to you. We will focus on the crow pose today. We will focus on building strength for the crow pose or to improve or enhance your crow pose. You need shoulder strength and you need a bit of core stability for your crow pose and a bit of strength in your fingers and your wrists or your forearms to balance quite well. So we will focus on that. This will be a quick session just to give you a bit of tools to work it or to improve it if you are working on it or if you struggle with it. We start seated, so find a seat on your mat, cross-legged or kneeling. Straighten your spine. Roll the shoulders a couple of times. Close your eyes if you haven't yet. Change to the other direction of your shoulder circles. And then find stillness. Let your hands rest in your lap. Let your shoulders just hang out. And observe your breath for a moment. Try to find calmness in your breathing pattern. Let the in and exhale come naturally and leave you naturally. And try to come back to your breath often and when you're struggling in practice. The breath is there for you. The breath that will center you, ground you, make hard things easier. Take a couple of more in and exhales. And then slowly open up your eyes, arrive in your space. We will focus on the hands first. This is the most important part when we go into arm balances or hand balances. So come to your tabletop position. Place the hands to the ground. The fingertips are pointing to the front. The hands are shoulder width apart. You push the fingertips into the ground slightly. You have a slight external rotation of the arms. So the biceps is spinning forward, the triceps is spinning back. And then just draw circles. We often do this when I teach, when we start a practice, because I just like it. Because it helps me to get into movement and helps me to get familiar with the ground below me. It helps me to warm up the fingers and the wrists, so I always do those first when I start my practice or when I touch my mat. It's like a little habit to get into my practice. Draw bigger circles, draw smaller circles, draw eights, or whatever shape you fancy right now. The most important thing is that you push your hands into the ground. Did you not just sway around? Did you also just push and really feel a connection to the ground below you? Slowly come to center. Push the fingertips into the ground. Our fingertips are our brakes and our arm balances and our handstands, whatever you do on your hands. So they must be strong, they must be warm. Put all fingertips into the ground, lift the palms up. Our weight is on our fingertips and then bring the palms down again. 10 more just like this. Come up, down, up, down, up, down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it. Maybe shift some weight forward. Then set them down again. Turn the hands around so the fingertips are pointing towards the knees. And lean back slightly. Feel a slight stretch in the forearms. Pull the shoulder blades apart. Just be here for a moment. Bring the hands back to the normal orientation. We will lift just the palms up. The rest of the finger is still pushing into the ground. So lift the palm up and bring it down. 10 of those. Up, down, up, down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. And set it down and then come back to your tabletop position. Push the toes into the ground, float your knees over the ground and hold it. Be stable, be static, and just hold it. We need a little bit of core stability, of core strength, to improve our crow, to hold the crow and feel safe and chilled out in that. Crow can be quite chilled when you get familiar with it, when you know how to sort your body in space, how you know how to play your body composition. Slowly push yourself up into your downward facing dog. Find your down dog. Pedal out the feet, wiggle around, create space, find your space. Vertebra by vertebra, roll forward into your plank pose. Hold your plank for a moment. Pull the chest forward, external rotation of the arms. Pull the shoulder blades apart. Tuck your pelvis in. Knees sink down, push back and up, downward facing dog, and directly roll forward again. This time let the knees sink down. External rotation of the arms. Still, I will say this often, but it's super important. We want the elbows rotate to the middle. Lean forward, pull the ground towards you, your chest forward, sink down as low as you can, and then push up again. 5 more of those. Pull yourself forward and up. Bent arm strength is quite essential for the crow pose, so we will work that. 3. Just 3 more. Just 2 more. Just 1 more. And push yourself back and up. Downward facing dog. Awesome job. Come onto your toes. Sit down to your knees. Sit back to the heels. Find an upright position here. Then lean back. Let the knees lift from the ground slowly. Find your balance on your toes. And then drop your heels. Find forward fold. Hang out for a moment here. And then come back onto your toes. Find your heels again. 5 more rounds just like this. Forward fold. Come onto your toes. Forward fold. Onto the toes. Forward fold. Onto toes. 2 more. Fold. Toes. Fold. Toes. Whew. Walk forward. Find your downward facing dog. We will go into some pike push-ups. If pike push-up is too hard for you, bring your knees down again and go for a normal push-up. If you can do the pike push-up, join me for this nice little movement. For the pike push-up, we shorten our down dog a bit. We will rotate the elbows in again, and then we bend the arms. We will bring the gaze forward and touch the ground in front of our hands and bring ourselves back. Just 5 more of those. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find downward facing dog. Widen your stance again. It's not essential that you're able to do those, but it's a good movement to build up strength for it. Inhale, right leg up to the sky. Step forward to the front of the mat. Left knee drops down. Inhale, come up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, pull the elbows down, cactus the arms. Rotate to the right side. Bring the gaze to the right side. Twist. Rotate back to the middle, hands to the ground. Adha Hanumanasana, straighten your right leg. Lean forward, come up, high lunge. Rise up. Hands to the ground, long pyramid pose. Straighten your right leg. Bend your right leg, step forward, forward fold, and sit down. Adha Navasana, low boat pose. Pull yourself up, high boat. Low boat, high boat. Low, high, just 7 more. 6, 5, pull it in. 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. at the top. Pull your heels into your bum. Push the knees together. Bring your arms up as much as you can. Try to balance here. Try to feel the core compression. Just for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross the legs, roll forward. Vinyasa or downward facing dog. Let's meet there again. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step to the front of your mat. Right knee drops down, inhale, come up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, pull the elbows down, cactus the arms. Twist to the left side. Come back to center, fingertips to the ground, straighten your left leg. Adha Hanumanasana. Roll forward, left foot plants, come up, high lunge. Rise up. Hands to the ground, straighten your left leg. Long pyramid pose. Bend your left leg, step forward. Forward fold becomes low boat pose again. Pull it in, high boat. Low, high. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Pull the heels in again. Push the knees to the middle. Arms up. Try to balance here. Just for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross the legs. Roll forward. Jump or step back. Vinyasa. And let's meet in downward facing dog again. Choo. From downward facing dog, we walk the feet in slightly. We bend the arms, elbows to pull to the middle. We lower the knees, lower to the ground. And we are like a loaded spring here. We are like a lion that is going to jump forward to hunt or take its prey. Hold here. It's a hard position to hold, but it's also a super good position to build up strength in the arms and in the core. Try to pull the shoulder blades apart and hold for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees, sit back to the heels. Chill. Catch a breath. We got going quite fast. I'm sweating already, so I hope you're good. We have flying integration in front of us. You know this is going to come, so we have to do it. Flying integration, 3 rounds, 3 different variations. First round, normal flying integration. Hold it for 10 seconds. That's it. Let's go. Hands plant to the outsides of our legs, fingertips on the height of our knees. External rotation of the arms, shoulder blades pull apart. We lean forward, we pull the knees in. And hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Take 2 breaths. Second round will be lifting the foot on either side and then hold middle. So we have 5 counts of each. Let's go for it. Hands plant into the ground. Flying integration. Lift the left foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the right foot. Plant the left foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold middle for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Chill. Find your breath again. And last round will be we push the hips up as high as we can. We straighten our legs. We lean more weight into our hands. We keep our gaze, our eyes in between our wrists. Hands plant a bit more forward in front of our knees. Gaze in between our wrists. Pull the shoulder blades apart, external rotation of the arms. And then push up, straighten the legs. gaze in between the wrists and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Shoo. Fingertips land behind you. You roll your shoulders back onto your back and then push the hips forward, chest up. Low camel pose. Slowly sit back to the heels. And then come back into your downward facing dog. Push up. Bring your gaze forward. Come onto your toes. Bring the legs together. Bend the knees. And then jump forward. We will try to directly land into chair pose. So keep the legs bent when you jump. Come up. Chair pose. Sit low. We will do a couple of jumps to the front. And the higher your hips go when you jump, the easier it is to control, and you have to activate the legs when you want to lower slower. Lean forward, forward, forward. Jump back, vinyasa. 2 more rounds, just like this. Easy, straightforward work. Bring the legs together, come onto your toes, bend the knees. Activate the legs, gaze forward, arms stay long. Jump and try to be slower this time. Come up, chair pose. Lean forward, forward, forward. Halfway up, all the way down, vinyasa. One more time. Just like this. Legs together, come onto your toes, bend the knees. Be slower. Chair pose. Lean forward, forward, forward. Halfway up, long spine. Hands to the ground, jump back. Vinyasa or downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to the feet. Land on your toes. Find a seat on your heels. Find toes pose. First crow pose now. We will have a couple more in front of us, but this is the first one. Go easy on this one. Go into your normal crow pose, but listen closely first. If you don't have a crow pose yet, use block to put yourself up higher, to shorten the way you need to go. But for the first crow pose, we will keep it simple and straightforward. But listen closely and please do what I say. You bring your upper arms to your knees. The higher the knees on your arms, the better. If you want to progress in your crow pose. If you don't feel stable with your arms high up onto your knees, bring your elbows to your knees. But I prefer to have my knees as high as possible on my arms. Place the hands in front of you. Come onto your toes. Listen. Bend the arms first. Elbows pull middle. Important. We bring the knees to our arms. We bring the gaze forward. We round our spine as much as we can. Gaze forward. Weight shifts forward. Fingertips push into the ground and the feet lift up. Set it down. Don't jump into the crow pose from here. Just try to lean your weight forward. That's why we bring the gaze forward, because our attention, our weight is going where our gaze goes. If we just shift the weight forward, it's easier to hold the crow pose. It's not that hard and we don't need so much strength. That's why I said crow pose can be quite chill if you understand the pose. Another round. Place the hands in front of you, elbows pull middle, bend the arms, load the weight onto your arms, lean forward. Let the feet float. Gaze forward, round your spine as much as you can. Pull the belly button in. And set it down. Chill. Take a moment. Another crow pose. If you felt stable in the first ones, Play around with it. If you still struggle with it, important, gaze forward. I say this so often in my classes. Most people don't do it. Then they do it and they're like, oh, this makes so much sense. It makes such a difference. I was like, yeah, I told you. So, if you haven't brought your gaze forward yet, try it. It helps tremendously. Another crow pose. Let's go. Hold it. This time a bit longer, maybe, if you can. My arms are already quite slippery. Maybe yours as well. So it's harder. But you can also switch to the elbows. Because can't hold it anymore. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And then set it down. Relax. Easy, straightforward work. If you struggle to find the balance in your crow pose, push the fingertips more into the ground. If you feel like you fall forward or your weight is going forward too fast, you have to push your fingertips more into the ground. We have one more final round of the crow pose. Or if you want to progress, go for crane pose. Crane pose is crow pose with straight arms. And it's the same as a crow pose, just that you straighten your arms and it's a bit harder through that. So, crow pose or crane pose. Load it up. You want to crane pose, straighten the arms and hold. Activate the core more, round the spine. And then set it down. Relax. We made it. We have one more final crow pose. Then we're good for today. Come back to your downward facing dog. Find your down dog. Find your breath again. Come onto your toes, bend the knees, jump forward. Find your chair pose again. Pull the hands to your heart. Hook the left elbow to the outside of the right leg. Find a twist in your chair. Sit yourself lower, twist yourself deeper. Open the arms if you want to. Find center again, find chair pose. Pull the hands to your heart. Hook your right arm to the other side of your elbow, of your leg. Twist. If you want, open the arm. Find center again, chair pose. Come onto your toes, sit down to the heels, last crow pose of the session. We will go to crow pose. From crow pose, we will jump back into our vinyasa. Load the crow. And then jump back, vinyasa. And we meet in downward facing dog. Bring the knees to the ground, walk the hands forward. Be on your fingertips if you like. Find puppy pose. The upper legs stay perpendicular to the ground. And you sink your chest down to the ground. Maybe your forehead lands, maybe your chin lands on the ground. Or you can also already bring the chest to the ground. Find your depth here. Pull yourself forward, find swings pose. Pull your chest, your belly forward, roll the shoulders back, pull the ground towards you. Straighten your left arm to the left side, roll onto your left shoulder, step the right foot over you and behind you to the ground and roll more to the left shoulder. Find some release here. Roll to the other side, straighten your right arm, roll to the right shoulder. Then find middle again. Find your swings pose again. If you want, you can lift the forearms from the ground and straighten them as much as you want. Keep the neck long. Pull the ground towards you, the chest still forward. Bring the forearms back to the ground. Shift your weight back to your heels. Find child's pose. Become a small shape. Open the legs up so you have some space for your upper body. Arms forward or alongside your hips to the back of the room. Sink into it. Let your breath slow down again. Feel the connection to the ground. Feel the connection to yourself. And stay here. This will be the final resting pose for this practice. If you would like to go somewhere else, feel free to do so. If you feel comfortable here, stay here and sink deeper into it over time. Find ease. Stay in your final resting pose as long as you want, as long as you like. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for practicing the crow pose for me. Crow pose is foundational. It is hard for a lot of people, and it's okay that it's hard because it's a hard pose. We balance our whole weight just on our hands, but it's foundational for other arm balances also, and also for handstands. So check the foundations first. Make sure that you feel comfortable with it, that you can hang out in those poses, that you know where you shift your weight in those poses, and that you can also breathe in those poses. It's so important to breathe when you do hard poses. It makes the poses easier and you feel more comfortable in them. This was straightforward work. Maybe do it a couple of times so you know where you're going and you know what you need to activate and what you need to strengthen to improve your crow pose. Thank you so much for your time, for the energy you put in today. I wish you a wonderful rest of the day and would love to see you back on the mat very soon again. Peace out.